Hello, and welcome to ComSpark TV. We are in Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm Bob Jacobson, the guest host today, and with me is Glenn Keller, Director of IT from Countrymark. So Glenn, I've got a few questions for you.
Okay.
Tell me, as companies are expecting IT to be more impactful on company outcomes, a lot of IT leaders are shifting a lot of the traditional core functions of IT that we know it, like network, monitoring, backups, to third parties. What's been your experience in this area?
Well, I think we've always, Countrymark's always done that. We have a fairly small IT staff, and so we've always leveraged third parties for things like managing our networks. We always have somebody on staff that's in charge, but we've used third parties for managing our networks, for disaster recovery, for backups, for any number of functions that we feel like we don't necessarily want to staff up for.
So what do you feel are good candidates for that? How do you decide which are good candidates and which you're going to keep your own folks on?
Yeah, I think it's important to maintain a core cadre of people that really understand infrastructure, nuts and bolts, those types of things. But you can outsource a lot of the legwork. So some of the things I look at, are these things available as commodity services? Are they close to the internal and external customer? The closer they are to the customers, the more we want to be involved. So
makes sense.
Yeah, so some of it's a cost play, some of it's do we want to skill up in this area, and some of it's just is it something that we think's going to make a difference and requires good business knowledge? We're going to keep that.
Yeah, a lot of organizations are looking at let's outsource those functions, and one of the areas that they may focus on is cloud adoption.
Sure.
So what's been your strategy around the whole cloud path?
Well, I think like everybody, it's morphing a little bit. It started out with this is kind of crazy. Why would you do this? And then it got very mature really quickly. And then I think it's settled down a little bit. What's the reality here? We're essentially manufacturing. And I think all manufacturing companies are by default going to be hybrid environments, right? You've got to have things co-located in your manufacturing sites. So that's pretty much what we're doing. We're hybrid. We're shifting more and more things to the cloud. It's actually getting harder and harder to acquire on-premise software solutions. We use a lot of packages. We do very little development, and most of those packages are SaaS packages. So that drives a lot of it. So we still there are things that we believe that are critical to keep on site. We keep those on site, but generally, the footprint is moving slowly towards infrastructure as a service and SaaS, but not great guns.
Let's shift to overall challenges in IT. What do you consider the greatest challenges you face in IT?
Well, the most annoying challenge is cyber and just cybersecurity. I think I feel like we're destroying a lot of business value, not just my company, but around the world, just trying to keep up with the cyber threat. If you look at the opportunity cost, the amount of time that we spend worrying about defensive measures, not to mention the amount of money that we're pouring into just trying to protect ourselves. Those are things we could be spending on other things. I mean, it's a reality.
It's interesting. A lot of resources and time and money are spent on things that could be otherwise spent elsewhere where there's more value.
Right, and so the conundrum is always, how do you spend your time, right? And how do you have your staff spend your time? So especially if you're small, we don't have a big security staff that I can just have report out once a month or so.
Right. Interesting. Going back to your career, your overall career, what do you consider your biggest accomplishment?
I think the things that I look back on the most and enjoy are the teams that I've worked with, the teams that I've led, either been part of or been the leader of. I've got teams of people that I've worked with all over the world. I enjoy hearing from them. They'll call me up or text me now and then saying, hey, we've got this problem, what do you think? Or talk about career moves, or just silly stuff like happy birthday or whatever. And I've had a lot of fun working with those individuals. But also, some of it is just giving them an opportunity and letting them run with it. So I've gotten a lot of that. Hey, thanks for the opportunity. It's like, well, I just kind of got out of your way, and you
enable
did
them,
right, and you did the job. And so I enjoy that. I enjoy having friends in different cultures. And so as I look back in my career, it's kind of like, yeah, that's really what I took away. Yeah.
Excellent. Thanks so much for joining us. If you guys would like to learn more, please visit us at ComSpark.tech.